But remember, it's also about freedom, so it's your choice. Blue state lockdowns didn't work. They were a disaster. You look at New York, you look at California, you look at Illinois, you look at the blue states run by governors of a certain party called the Democrat Party. They didn't work. They were a disaster. And then you look at Texas and Florida and all of our great representatives and governors that have done such a great job. The schools have to be opened. We've been saying that for a year. Open up the schools. And our border security programs were vitally important and successful. All Biden had to do, all he had to do is just leave it alone. So we went from the most successful, the safest border in the history of our country, think of that, to the worst and most dangerous border. And it's not just people coming in. Frankly, in many ways, that's the least of it. Drugs are flowing in at a point that we've never seen before, levels that we've never seen before. If you look at the human trafficking, unfortunately, mostly trafficking in women. Nobody's ever seen numbers like this. These are killers, these are thugs, these are people that are being released from the jails of other countries. I stopped payment to those other countries. I get along very well with the heads of those countries. I stopped payment to those countries, and they accepted all of their MS-13 people back. They were not taking it back for a long time. And I said, well, how much do we pay? And they said, we pay them $500 million a year. I said, stop payment immediately. The next day, I was called by the heads of those countries saying we would be honored to take MS-13 back into our country. It would be a great honor. So, you know, what we've done is incredible. What we've done in terms of the border, in terms of rebuilding our military, so many other things. Right to try, as an example, right to try. For 44 years, they've been trying to get it approved. That's where somebody's terminally ill, and we won't let them use a very promising medicine. So we've done all of these things, but illegal border crossings, look at what's happening to our country now. Illegal border crossings are up more than 1,400%. That's 1,400% and getting much worse. And this is only the people that we capture. And then they release them, of course, because we had a policy, stay in Mexico. You have to stay in Mexico. We won that in the courts, and we won it with Mexico. And we get along great with Mexico and the president. He's a terrific guy. It's no good for him either. It's no good because people are coming in from all over the world, not just from Latin America, South America. They're coming in from all sorts of countries, including the Middle East.
You got to hit all those
people coming in. I just
all those xenophobic points, man.
Sweden is doing very bad on crime. Germany is doing very bad on
crime.
These used
why
to be
does
the safest countries in Europe, and now they're becoming very unsafe.
Like that?
One of the most unsafe countries is Sweden. You know why? They're letting in people into their country that are causing tremendous disruption. Well, we're letting in people at a level that Sweden never even could imagine. So people are just flowing across our borders. We had it stopped. We built almost 500 miles of border wall, and it would have been finished in 4 weeks.
It's not even true. It was
and
like
then Biden decided to stop
they actually built
it. So now we have
like
openings, and now I understand they want to stop it, but they're having a hard time with the contractors. I know contractors better than anyone. They're very brilliant. They may not read or write in some cases, but you know what? They're smarter than the rest. They're smarter. So I just want to thank everybody. I'm apologetic because gas prices have skyrocketed. If you look at your gasoline prices,
oh my God!
When I left, it was $1.87 a gallon, and now it's way over $3 in many cases. And by the way, I hate to say it, but it's going up and really going up. The Keystone Pipeline, 48,000 people. The real number is 48,000 people out of work almost immediately. Now, Biden never said that during the campaign. I told you he would do that, but he never said that during the campaign. So the Keystone Pipeline, a disaster, and yet he allows Russia. You know, I stopped the Russia pipeline, probably the biggest pipeline in the world, going into Germany and other countries in Europe. It was stopped. He approved it, and he let it be built. So he let them have a pipeline in Europe by Russia, but he doesn't let us have the Keystone XL pipeline, and all of those people are out of work. And the union heads, believe it or not, They supported Joe Biden. They ought to get rid of those union heads right now. I will tell you, the workers supported me, but they supported Joe Biden. You look at so many other things like China
Just the
and
sheer
the
amount
China
of,
virus.
like,
they have to
different
pay
rips he's trying to create
reparations.
is
We've been
ridiculous.
hurt so badly in terms of death, human life, and in terms of monetarily to a level that they have to pay us. And frankly, if they paid us $10 trillion, that wouldn't cover it. But they really have to pay the world, because this has started in the world. The entire world has been not only disrupted, but it's almost been destroyed. And we're doing well because we built such a great economic foundation. We created the most jobs of any president ever. We had 160 million people
None of this
working.
is true.
We were never close. And
like
then we
not-
got
this is
hit
the least true thing
by
I've
the
ever fucking
pandemic.
watched.
And like every other country, we had some very tense moments, but we did an incredible job. But because the foundation was so strong, we're back now far better than any other country. They used to say, oh, but look how well India
We're
is
also
doing. Well,
we're not
India's
doing that
much
good,
better than
dude.
anybody now. But they used to
Weren't
use
you just
that
saying
as
that
an
Joe Biden
excuse.
was
They
fucking
used
up
to use
America,
other countries
but we're doing
as
better?
an excuse
I have no
about how
idea what
well
he's
they're
talking
doing.
about.
But now they're doing unbelievably badly, and we're doing great as a country, especially
We could
those
be like New
areas,
Zealand
and
if
in
you actually gave a
particular,
fuck about the
areas
country
run
and the
like
people,
Florida,
but
Ron
no,
DeSantis,
we're not like
and
that.
Texas, Greg Abbott, and other places. If you look at the places run by Republicans, they're doing unbelievable. So we really built it back twice. We built it back the first, and we were stronger than ever before. And then we had the pandemic. We did an incredible job. We came up with a vaccine early. We gave shots much earlier than anybody thought possible. Nine
You had no part
months,
in that,
less than
dude.
9 months we did this.
Not even the
It was
slightest
going to
bit.
take 4, 5, 6 years. Some people thought it would never happen. But we did it, and we're very proud of it. And honestly, we've saved our country. We've saved the world. What we've done for the world will be written about later on. Maybe not right now because they don't want to give us credit, but it'll be written about. And again, I want to thank everybody that's there.
Neither you nor Joe Biden allowed the patents to go out.
The election was rigged.
Yeah,
The
you should
election
be
was
ashamed of
rigged
yourself
like
for that.
never before. We got them by surprise 4 years ago, and then we got 12 million more votes.
Sam.
Think of it. We went from 63 million votes, and we won, to 75 million people, and they say we lost, but we didn't lose. 75 million votes, they say that we lost. Now, I was told by John McLaughlin, who's considered just about the best pollster, I
'cause
would
Joe
say
Biden
the best
got 80.
pollster. There's a few of them out there, Towery. There are a few of them out there that are great. Sir, you got 63 million. If you can go up to 65, you can't lose the election.
Sure.
Well, you know what happened? We went up to 75, and they say we lost the election. If you win Miami, if you win Florida, if you take out and win, and we won by a lot, Florida and Ohio, and then you add Iowa, nobody's ever won those states and lost. But we won those states in virtual landslides, and they have us losing. And there are so many. We held every state house. We held Congress. You know, we were supposed to lose 25 seats, and we ended up gaining 16 in the House of Representatives. And it wasn't for me. Right now, the Senate would be 60-40 against, because I made teleconference calls. They call them town hall calls, speaking to tens of thousands of people for congressional candidates and senators. And we would right now be at 60-40 against
I see what
instead
you're
of
saying.
50-50. And unfortunately, Mitch McConnell, with what he was doing,
pretty much, yeah,
hurt us very,
Bill.
very badly in Georgia.
It's pretty
We
much
lost
a
those
old man
two
yelling
seats.
at
We should have
cloud.
never lost
Not
those
much
two
else to
seats,
say about
but
it.
we did. But we also lost them for other reasons. I'm not sure that no matter what you did, you could have won. They signed a consent decree in Georgia that was so bad, it basically was a decree that said Republicans aren't going to win. They should have never been allowed to sign it. Regardless, again,
Where is
I
this
want to
thing?
thank Mike
I've
as
never heard
being
about
a
this.
true patriot. I want to thank people like Rudy Giuliani, who is out there fighting, and they're after him, and they want to take him down.
Out there
They wanna
melting
take
in the
us all down.
spotlight.
There's never been a time
Shoe
like
polish
this.
dripping
There's
off his
never
head.
been. It's weaponized. It's weaponized, and the Republicans
Farting
were
up a
very
storm at
nice.
some mock trial.
Our people were very, very nice and very, very respectful.
Trial, those
and I said
trial
this would
things that they
happen.
did were a mockery
But
of this
Rudy is a
fucking country.
great patriot. He was the greatest mayor in the history of New York. and a great
No, he was
patriot.
just mayor during
and
9/11.
what he's
He's
done,
actually
and what Mike has
sucked
done, and what
ass.
so
He
many
made
other
New York
people
so
have
much
done.
worse for
These are
generations.
incredible heroes, and they're going to go down as heroes someday, and I think it's someday in the not too distant future.
Awesome.
So
Thank
I
you.
look forward to being with you, Mike. Congratulations on this unbelievable crowd. That crowd is incredible.
I appreciate it, man.
I mean, you set that up so
Man,
quickly.
and I
and
say,
look at the number of people
man,
that showed
not
up,
as, like,
and that'll happen
you're a
all over
god,
the
dude.
country
I say
because
man
it's
as,
all
like,
over the country. People
human.
want to
Leave it
know
like that.
what
Just
happened,
like dude.
and I want to know what happened because that was an
Girlfriend.
election that
Whoever
was
you are.
won by us
How do I say that?
easily.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
It was won easily. Thank you very much. Enjoyed the day. Thank you, Mike. Keep it going, Mike. You're a fighter
my
and
God.
you're a winner. Thank you all very much. I love you all.
These people have been sitting outside. They've been sitting in the sun since like 10 o'clock this morning. My time, I guess. And they heard a bunch of people, speak, and then they were waiting on a 15-minute Trump bloviation about his about all of his election lies. Jesus Christ, this is ridiculous.
Okay. On November 8, 2016, to change the course we were on. God had been taken out of our schools and lives. A nation had turned its back on God. And I encourage you to use this time at home to get back in the Word, read our Bibles, and spend time with our families. Our president gave us so much hope where just a few short months ago, we had the best economy, the lowest unemployment.
Why is he standing like that? Trump,
amazing.
I mean.
With our great president, vice president, and this administration, and all the great people in this country praying daily, we will get through this and get back to a place that's stronger and safer than ever.
Really? Because you guys you performed an insurrection.
When I said
you were
those
fairly
words
successful,
from the Rose Garden,
although you got in there, you didn't know
I
what the
didn't
fuck
think
you
it
were
was
doing,
going to
so
take this long
fell
to
apart.
get to this place
But,
we're going to get to, which is going to be better than you've ever seen in history. Because I believe we're in the greatest revival for Jesus in the history of the world. And
damn, dude,
but
like,
I want to tell
chill
you
out on that podium.
I'm going to tell you
He's
what
gonna
I want
knock
to do
that
is I want to
podium
bring
down.
it back.
It's gonna be
How did I
hilarious.
end
I hope
up
he
here?
does.
How did we end up here today?
That would be
Especially
perfect.
when I,
'Cause he's all
here's the
jittery
next
and
crack
shit.
addict from Minnesota. So I'm going to tell you a little. I'll bring you back in time. Addiction
Crack
affects all
addict
of
from
us, no matter
Minnesota.
how many forks you eat with. And I was a very functioning addict through the 80s and the 90s, and that switched to crack cocaine in the early 2000s. Now, I was always an entrepreneur. I had a bar for 13 years, not a good place for an addict, but before, I think, I'm going to tell you, it got up to be, by 2007, and I am married.
These people are getting their political advice and their worldview from a longtime former crack addict that they fixed it. He finally fixed the overexposure. That has supported not only lies that have that threaten to undermine American democracy, but has supported a president who has essentially become the leader of somewhat fascist movement and wants to take over the country. So this is where these people are at in their fucking brains.
Well, none of them wanted me, kind of like right now, right?
Yeah, nobody wants you, dude.
And and by the way, Costco, when they were talking about Costco, and Dinesh was talking about Costco, they tried to sneak under the radar with My Pillow, and they canceled out My Pillow. Shame on them, and there's no going back to Costco.
Yeah, from what I hear,
and these
My
other
Pillow
retailers.
sucks.
But
it's not good.
But they took Dinesh, but they didn't take My Pillow back. Okay, but anyway, so I ended up doing a kiosk, and I did throughout the Midwest, throughout the country. I ended up doing home shows and fairs by being an addict, but not, when I would get to the shows, of course I wouldn't be on drugs. I would have to, be selling, and I was actually kind of, not good at talking to people unless I was actually selling, because I was, this fear of rejection and these wounds that my family divorced when I was 7 years old, and I think addiction, I know it comes from fatherlessness, wounds, things that happen when in your childhood, and they manifest
comes from fatherlessness.
Masking pain, fear of rejection, false courage, all these things. Well, that was me. And
I mean, I'm not downplaying.
By 2008, there was so much betrayal in my life and other things going on.
You had to put that one in there.
My pillow was just a little blip on the radar. And I was downtown Minneapolis, for you that haven't heard the story. Downtown Minneapolis, I've been up for 14 days. I come out of the room, and the drug dealers are all standing there, the 3 biggest dealers in there. I go, what are you guys doing? They go, well, you've been up for 14 days. We're cutting you off. I said, what is this, an intervention? They said, call it whatever you want, Mike. And 2 of them left. And the other one, he finally went to sleep when I was carpet farming and scraping the pipe and out of crack. And I went down the streets of Minneapolis.
Farming,
and I came,
holy shit.
An hour later, came back upstairs. I couldn't buy it anywhere.
You've hit a low point when you can throw around the term carpet farming.
He goes, you've been telling us for years, which I had been telling them,
I heard crack
that this My Pillow thing is just a platform for God, and you're going to come back someday and help us all out of this addiction world we're living in.
Apparently it does.
And he took this picture. He said, you're going to need that for that book you've been telling us you're going to write. That picture was taken in February of 2008. I would always tell those guys about, because I want, that I would.
I find this story really kind of dubious. Really quite dubious.
My friend came to me in December of that year, and this Dick Van Sloan, and he was my equal in every way. And I had all these questions for him, because I hadn't quit yet. I said, and he had found the Lord 4 years earlier, and he said, Dick, I had these questions. I said, is it boring? He said, no, man, it ain't boring. And I'll tell you what, you take those, what I've done, on January 16, 2009, the grace of God, I was stripped, all my addictions were gone. I woke up the next day and they were gone. The desire was gone. The desire was gone. And by the way, right now I'm going to do a little commercial for the LindellRecoveryNetwork.org. I took back there, if you got an addict or a friend that's an addict, the stuff that addiction is an opportunity. They're looking for hope, okay? And you get to this free platform, the LindellRecoveryNetwork.org. It's free. Go there. Send someone that might have problems there. And it's going to help them. It's going to.
Do not send them. If you have someone who's struggling with addiction in your life, send them to a professional. Don't send them to the Lindell TV Addiction Center or whatever the hell it is. Please get them some serious professional help.
Okay.
If you can.
And that's why we're all talking today. By the time I'm done talking, I want you all to walk away with hope, because I'll tell you, it's true. We do have a lot of hope going on, and anyway, so that I came out of addiction. I'm looking around me. I had never voted. I look around. I go, what happened to our country? What's going on? We had a president giving money to an evil empire. All this craziness is going on. My friends are losing their houses. I had already lost mine.
Well, I put everyone in Discord.
All this stuff. Well, it gets up. I'm going to fast forward to 2015. In the spring, it was like May of 15.
We go back to what Trump said, but there's no way to do that.
I was in a room with Donald Trump.
I
said, why would I be in this room with Donald Trump? It was like an office. It was a very vivid dream. I told all my friends about it. I told everyone about it. A month later, he went down that escalator and he's running for president. And I'm going, wow.
Because I was trying to jump on really fast.
Something's going to happen.
Barely missed
the beginning of Trump's speech. It was so real. Well, I went to Israel that following fall, and I was over there. A lot of things happened during this time that actually, when I look at things in your own life, you say you have a 1 in a million, a 1 in a billion. When do you add them together and you consider it a miracle? So I use mathematics to learn that God exists, okay? That Jesus is real.
That makes no sense at all.
Well, things started happening to me that don't happen to anybody. All of a sudden, I'm invited to the National Prayer Breakfast, and I picked
cocaine for like
out of 12 people to pray with Ben Carson in a room, and he was still running for president.
To be fair,
and here's this picture.
Storming really bad, so my phone notifications were working. It's okay. It doesn't really matter.
And I'm going, I hope they don't call on me. I don't know how to pray. I had killed all my addiction, but I hadn't surrendered to Jesus yet. I was just.
Sounds like God's kind of tired of your shit.
I wanted to be.
He's kind of silencing your microphone with all that wind, dude. Oh, come on, please, something collapse. Like, I don't want it to collapse and hurt somebody. I just want something to, like, fall. That would be awesome. Because this thing over here has been falling all day. Oh, man. The sun's got to go down just a little bit more. Just a little bit more so that those cold fronts can, cold and warm fronts can move around. Again, it's overexposed like crazy. Which I get it. There's different shadows. It's fine, but whatever. This is super overexposed, and dude keeps moving the camera. Why are you trying to get the whole flag in there? Get the subject. Get the guy that's speaking in there. That's who you should be focused on. Why is the camera pointed up, dude? Who did they have? This is one of the worst like productions I've ever seen, like anywhere. And I have no idea where they got these camera operators, because they have no idea what the fuck they're doing, except for this guy. This guy has been pretty on point for the most part from what I've seen. That's it. I got a flyer in the mail that said from My Pillow that said, "Hey, hey Ashley, YouTube and Twitter are trying to censor My Pillow, so we're bringing these savings directly to you." I don't want to. If I'm gonna spend money on a pillow, I'm gonna get a good ass pillow, not some My Pillow bullshit. Not a bunch of carpet squares thrown into a rice sack. You know.
I walked out there and said he's going to be the greatest president in history. But you guys.
But he's not.
I didn't stop there. And I just said, I walked out after 40 minutes and I'm going,
he wasn't.
Wow.
He sucked.
I walked around, talked to his employees. And every one of his employees said the same thing. He's a great boss, a great leader. But an interesting is, every one of them says
probably because they're terrified to say anything else. That would be my guess.
It was just them going, I couldn't wait to get back to Minnesota and tell the media. Now remember, I was the media's darling, okay? I could say I'm going across the street and there'd be
I'm going to turn my fan on real quick. You guys let me know if it
Mike, how far are you walking? How many employees you hire, you know? And all this stuff, right? Well, I got back to Minnesota and I did this press release against actually my board of directors. They said, "Don't do that press release. We're going to lose half our business." And I got mad, and walked out the side of the office, and one of the gals on the board came out and she said, "We didn't get this far by you not listening to God." I walked back in, they go, "We're going to do that press release. We didn't get this far by me not listening to God." But I did the press release, right? That I had met Donald Trump. Okay, I didn't even say what we talked about. I had never voted.
People in the background, Dinesh D'Souza right there.
And you know what?
The girl we heard speaking earlier, I can't remember her name.
A day goes by and then it hit. I was attacked. I was called a racist. I was called everything
the other
on
lady,
social media.
I think,
I found out later. I thought they were real people. I find out later they're bots and trolls. They're paid hit groups, which I very much know about now. And but I was just attacked. The Crooked Better
Part of your
Business
personal
Bureau in
responsibility,
Minnesota.
everybody.
I went from an A+ to an F at My Pillow. They attacked us for running my ads too long. So I got a big taste then, but I went all in on what I believed in, and I believed in our great president. And so went all in, get through that. That was my first taste of cancel culture, of just an attack for no reason other than I backed this great president, okay? And I want to say something that Jimmy Kimmel said to me. We're going to fast forward. In between those takes, did y'all see Jimmy Kimmel? Well, when he was in the middle of his attacks, when we went to a commercial, he had read my book.
They got like a...
And I said, Jimmy, they
got some like little
summer.
one.
And this was for some black
I think the dude was like, "Well, better late than never," but I think that might have just like been a plane flying over them, like a Cessna or something. But I don't know. Maybe they'll do it at the end.
He says, "Yeah, but Mike, the difference is I did something bad. All you did was back a man you believed in." And I
welcome,
thought that was
Lisa
pretty
Leitner, by the way.
amazing for him to
Thank
say
you for
that.
stopping by the stream.
Okay. But these
Hit
just
that
goes
like
to
button
show
and
you
subscribe
the
if you
shows
like it.
that,
And if you want to come back.
If
I'm trying to do two things at once. I'm really bad at it.
Anyway, so they attack me. Now, as we know, then I got to tell you this part. So all of a sudden, I get invited to the White House for a manufacturers summit. And I get invited there, and I walk in with my past. I didn't think I'd be able to get within 20 feet of the White House. And here I am walking in there. First time I'm going, wow. And there was this big table with about 12, 14 seats, and they're all around there. And I said, who's sitting here? He said, the president is. And I'm going, this is surreal, right? It goes live, and there's this picture here. When this picture went live, go forward, the other way.
Wow.
Right there. When this picture went live, all my friends went live to the country. They go, what is this crack addict doing on TV sitting next to the president? Jesus is
the
real,
level of ineptitude
no
in their
way
production
that
is
this
just
possible
so sad.
God
It seems like it's all
and I'll tell you how many
like
of my friends quit
school-age
that day
volunteers
and said,
almost.
This is a miracle,
but these are people that have never really held a camera for anything other than like
this led up to
I don't know,
tell you all this. Y'all see
church
me wear my
project or
cross on
something.
TV
It's
and
really
stuff. Well, I
pretty
wanted
bad.
to be that guy. I didn't have a personal relationship with Jesus. Well, that came on. Are you ready for this? February 18, 2017, when I went to Operation Restore Warriors for veterans, but I wasn't a veteran. And I get there. On that day, I went in there with hope. And I came out of there when I gave it all to the Lord.
I'm glad
I
you
came
got
out of there,
clean.
it was
Get clean if
peaceful.
you're
That's why I
addicted
can
to
go in with
something.
no fear right now and speak out for Jesus and speak out for what's right in this country without any fear other than fear of the Lord. And the first thing I did after that at U.S. Bank Stadium here in Minneapolis, or in Minneapolis, not here in Wisconsin, but we don't make sure the fake news doesn't say, oh, you know, he thought the U.S. Bank Stadium was in Wisconsin, you know. Anyway, I did there. It was a big,
like
it was a pulse event. It was a whole bunch of Christian bands and speaking, and I went on there and I spoke. I told about 5 or 10 minutes of my story, and then I led 50 per person.
That's what I'm saying, dude. They keep
all these
switching the
millennials.
camera angles everywhere,
went
which I
to
get
a-
it. That
about
makes
2 weeks
sense.
later,
But the problem
I
is
went
like
to
almost
Valley
all of the
Fair,
angles are
and it
really
was amusement
bad.
park with my
Like this
granddaughter.
one's good. The ones that are
And
head
all
on
these
are
kids kept
pretty
coming
good,
up
but
to
the
me
ones to
going,
the side
"Wow,
are
you meant
terrible.
so much to me,
And they
your
keep
story.
having
I
people
found the
walk
Lord and all these
behind
things."
Mike
And they're going-
Lindell,
and I'm going-
and then they don't
finally
show
my
what that
granddaughter
person
says,
is
"My
actually
grandpa, we need to go on rides."
filming. So like, what is the point?
But the
Who
moral of the
are
story
these
is,
people?
the thing is
What
there,
production
I
company
knew I
was
on
this?
the right path that God had put me on.
screwing
We
this
all
shit
have
up so
callings,
bad?
everybody. We all have callings, but one of the biggest callings is we got to go out right now. This is the biggest revival for Jesus in history, and you got that when that happened then, and now I'm going to bring you up to current. So
I'll read that in a
as
second.
it went
Yeah,
on,
hang on.
I became friends with our great president Donald
Yeah,
Trump.
he's just gonna. So
And-
bring us up to current.
But we-
There are a lot of
we
high
didn't
school
talk
media
all the
programs
time.
that
It
will
was
give
just
extra
like-
credit to
I was
students for filming
always
stuff
gonna
like
back
this,
him,
so it
but
makes sense
he
that
kept
production
his
is garbage.
promises.
Yeah, but
Everything
the
he
thing
did.
is if you
So
look
we
at
go up to the selection,
everybody
and he
that's
put me
behind a
as the
camera,
co-chairman
they're
of
all
the
like
chairman of the
grown men.
Minnesota
Like the guy over here on the
for
right
the-
that has been
for the Trump campaign.
pissing me off to
And
no
we went
end.
there,
The guy that
it's
was
a
over here,
1.5
he was just like
million
a
houses. They
a
called
fat
this
bald
an
guy.
amazing campaign.
You know, he
We
looked
went
like he was
everywhere.
probably
Went to,
40
I don't
years
know,
old.
50 of rallies at least and I always went back to the bad
I don't know if
media
he
'cause I wanted to
switched
talk to
which
them
switched
and say,
sides or
you
not,
know, and
but
tell
it's still like
everyone, this
overexposed to hell.
This isn't even about politics. Everyone, you should have
But,
been a one-way street.
someone
All
just
those
kid is
stuff.
good
You got
with
a president.
electronics.
Now I want you everyone to think of this. You got two
Who's it?
buckets
Hold on
here,
a
right?
second.
Here's a bucket of Donald Trump's base, of everybody, of everything, everybody that voted him in 16. Okay? Everybody that voted, they ain't ever changed their
yeah,
vote.
someone's-
But all the great things
Oh,
he
I
did,
get what you're saying.
it should have been
Yeah, it
all
is,
these people coming over.
Hey,
Nobody's gonna
your
leave here
your
because
Timmy
he
has
did.
that
He kept every promise
that
and helped all
iPad
people.
thing,
All
that
people
iPod
in
thing,
our
doesn't he?
country.
He's pretty good
Whether you were a
at moving that
Democrat
thing
or
around. Why don't
Republican,
you
he helped everybody.
why don't you get him to
Every
run our
single
production
person.
for Mike
So it should
Lindell?
have been- We all knew it was going to be a landslide. I don't care.
He knows
what
how
the
to
fake
hook a
polls
couple
said, it was
things
gonna
up.
be a
He knows how to.
landslide
He hooked up
victory.
my grandma's
Well, then, as
internet
we know, on
so that
November
she
3rd,
so that she
what
can
happened at
browse
11
the
o'clock
web,
tonight,
the
it was
Facebooks.
impossible for him to lose, by the way.
It's a good one.
But then all of a sudden they stop everything. We all know what happened. They stopped
Why don't they
everything.
just
and I'm
record Mike
telling you,
Lindell with a
if
wide-angle
they-
lens?
by-
I
with
don't
the
know, dude.
algorithms of
I don't know
their
what.
machines, that's a
I don't
miracle
know where the
that
decisions
all
are.
of you,
around.
everybody,
No,
by the way, it
nobody's
was
making
close to 80
decisions.
million
That's the
votes
thing.
for
Everybody's
Donald
making their
Trump.
own decisions.
But-
there's no.
But he got
there's
so
nobody
many
going,
votes that they didn't expect he was
going
going to
one
win
way.
anyway. That's why they had to
That
stop
bald guy
all the
before, maybe
polling.
he's just-
They stopped it at 3 in the
the
morning, all the
Cameron
voting.
volunteer.
You had
seems
Wisconsin,
to be-
Michigan dumping 100,000
that seems
votes
to be
in
the
middle
general
of the night.
consensus. See,
Everyone's
yeah,
going,
see,
well,
there he
those
is.
aren't mail-in votes, boy.
There
Biden
he
will
is.
sure vote for Biden.
You can
The
see
mail-in
him.
votes
That's
were
not like a
counted
high
on
school
the morning of
student.
the 3rd, not at 3 in the morning.
If that's a high
on the
school
4th,
student, is that like
everybody.
the high school
It was
AV
disgusting.
teacher?
They
I would
tried to
imagine
tell
they're way
everyone.
better.
But then we all go into
Our
the
video
twilight
production
zone.
teacher, Mr. Glass, was a
Arizona,
fucking
it
boss.
takes a week to count
Dude.
2% of their votes. And I looked at what precincts were left.
Yeah,
I
this
looked at
is the same
everything.
guy
I
that
looked
was
at
over here
algorithms
before. He had
every
to
day.
switch
I
sides
look
because
at
of the
numbers
sun.
I
That
have
makes
my whole
sense.
life.
At least
Looking
he
at all
did
these
that right.
numbers, I'm going, this is impossible. You got 2 counties outside of Milwaukee in this state here. One of them is
I
they're
like how
both
I'm not even
70%
listening to what he has to
Republican all the
say. I'm
time.
just shitting on
well,
all
that
of their
one of them
production.
was in. It was 75%.
Nothing he has
came
to
in
say
for
is
Donald
actually
Trump.
like
The other county
substantive
wasn't turned in yet.
or
All of a
truthful.
sudden, when they finally turned it in the next day,
Get if
Donald
my
Trump
fan
got
is
25%
blown
of
into
the
the mic at
votes.
all.
You
Let me
think
know.
that might be a deviation? Hello?
That's good.
Of course it was.
Feels good on
But
my
you know what?
legs.
If it wouldn't have happened,
There's a
I'll
carpet
tell you
floor,
what.
feel
if,
good
if
on my
we didn't
toes.
have, that's the first miracle, everybody. If that hadn't happened, if they wouldn't have predicted wrong, then we would have all went to bed at 3 in the morning. Biden would have won, and we would have said, "Oh, better luck in 2022. We'll campaign harder." Yeah,
That's
the biggest
exactly
campaign
what-
in the history of the world.
That's exactly what happened. Only you didn't say, "Oh, we lost." It was,
And I'll
"Oh my
tell you,
God, I can't
but that
handle
was a
this because I'm a
miracle, so
petulant
that was the
fucking
first
child,
miracle. The second
and
miracle
we need to
is
have cause an
Every
insurrection."
single
And that's exactly what
every
happened.
judge didn't look at it. Dominion starts suing people starting on November 9th.
'Cause you
when anybody
lied?
brought up a machine. I didn't even know about that. I was putting money everywhere. Anything that people out there to help out. If someone had, there were all the states. Everybody's going to these states. You had dead people voting, non-residents. I call this all the organic theft. No judges would look at stuff. You have Doug Ducey and Brian Kemp, the biggest obstructionists in the history of Republicans.
You know what's hilarious is like, I think it's like almost all of the actual voter fraud, the real cases that were found during the 2020 election were all Republicans. One of those people was Todd Kenhammer, who's a murderer, who I think murdered his wife and voted for her in the 2020 election. So that's who Trump's base is. Yeah.
Because if they did do the right thing, and
yeah, he legit said in court she would have voted for Trump anyway, so why not?
Organic theft, I call it. We would have never known about these machines and this attack by China. And I'm telling you, if that would have happened,
I'll read in a second.
and just like I told Jimmy Kimmel, if I had the same thing we have right now, I'd still be sounding the alarm because you know what? We would have never had a fair election in the history of the world again. The whole world is watching right now. I'm going to get to what I have. And I'll tell you, so I look, that's a miracle. The odds of that happening, that nobody does their job and nobody pulls down the election and nobody does an audit. There were no audits done. Only one was done that was done a full audit, and that was Antrim County, Michigan. They found 7,000 votes flipped there, and it was a 3-month. They're trying to suppress it and stop it. Okay? So now we get up to then, so you have November 3rd come and go, December 14th come and go,
exactly.
January 6th come and go.
He
then on January
did say he
9th,
loves the poorly educated or something
different.
like that.
I seen a piece
I know
of evidence that
he
was
would run as a
different, 'cause I had looked at the
Republican
deviation.
because he thinks their stupid thing
all
is
these states, I looked
fake.
at numbers, not just the swing states. I looked at all the states going, this is
You didn't look at
impossible.
shit. How many people do you think are there
congressmen
now
that won,
still listening to
Republicans
this
that
guy?
won, and then then the president doesn't win
And
those.
it's gotta be hot
I went
as-
through all
hot
these,
as
did my
shit
own
out there.
investigations. I'm going, there
I
are
wonder if there's going to be a
millions
bunch of
votes
reports
that
of
are
like
missing.
people falling
Millions
out,
of
and
votes.
like
Then they said
TikToks of people,
147 million registered
getting
votes.
dehydrated
But yet
at
they're
this
telling
thing.
us that it was
I wonder.
157 million voters. What? You know?
Let's see.
So there was just,
I'm
it was
fortunately
all by mass
educated. I didn't
vote.
vote for
You know
either
what?
of them.
This could only
Bill,
be
I don't.
done with
Bill, do you live in the United
computers and
States?
machines. You couldn't even cheat that much on the ground.
I don't think.
But then the miracle came
And
on
it doesn't matter,
January 9th,
like-
when I was brought and I was a
Yes,
piece of
it's
evidence
okay.
that showed up on Twitter. I
You
retweeted
can.
it. It was this cyber thing.
The
cyber
people who
vote
reject
flips.
education
Well, at that
as well
point,
is more. I would say
all
is
in.
more
I go,
along the
this
lines of
is
that
it. This is the smoking
than
gun,
poorly
as you all
educated.
know. Y'all seen the famous picture when I tried to get it to the president? That evidence.
Yep.
A lawyer said,
suck
here's
your own
another
dick.
miracle. A lawyer said, here,
row
bring him
your
this
boat.
too while you're in there. So I go in there. They're packed. It's a very short meeting. I go, here, look at this evidence. Look at this happen. And I said, by the way, this lawyer said to give you this. He said, bring Mike upstairs to the lawyers. Let's see what there is to this. Well, they brought me upstairs, brought me back down, and then the very famous picture outside of the White House, right?
Where's it at?
Where it said martial
scroll
law.
through
I
your
hadn't even read that.
scroll through your album.
But if that picture wasn't taken,
you don't have it because you don't have
by
it loaded.
the Washington Post,
I know.
another terrible,
third party.
terrible outlet of news, but they took that
Okay.
picture. And they all came
That's
running
fine.
over the hill
know.
like cattle.
Whatever.
All the media came running. I'm standing out back to the White House.
As long as you didn't vote
They
for
come-
fucking
I was
Trump,
on
I
the
really
phone with
don't
my
give a
son. I
shit.
go, wow, there's like 100 people running after
If you didn't vote for, if you voted for Trump in the 2016 election,
They get down there and they stop
that's
just like a bunch of
forgivable.
sheep by a fence. And they all
Although,
go,
like,
and they're all
if you
standing
voted
there.
for
and they
him
couldn't go
this
any
time
further.
around,
I
that's
said,
like,
you
what the
all
fuck
want to
is
ask me
wrong?
some
Come on.
questions? They're all going, yeah,
Give me a
yeah.
break.
You know what? I changed my mind. I said, y'all find something real nice to write about.
Yeah,
And I walked back in the White House.
He's just going on some rant. Let's see. My high school for senior year had a broadcast media department funded by CNN. It was insane how awesome their stuff was. I wish I had done broadcast media. Hell yeah, dude, it's fun. And like, when you get that equipment, it's funded by CNN too. That's pretty awesome. Because they'll give you, it's just pretty much like a lot of it will be still like hand-me-down equipment that's really well taken care of. And at the insurrection and everything, people were smashing all of the CNN cameras and all that equipment. One, it's probably insured, and two, they have shitloads of it. They don't care. That's why it got left behind. Duh. But yeah, that's pretty awesome. Oh, he's getting animated.
I'd say, did you hear about Dominion and China and the vote steal? Every single day, I had to lose my Pillow Twitter, my Pillow account. I'm laying in bed. I wanted to lose that. I figured that'd make big news. I wasn't in the news for 2 days. I'm sitting there bad-mouthing Jack Dorsey, who, by the way, will go to prison when this is over.
For what?
He's going to prison, I'm telling you. We got more
Dorsey's
stuff
going to
on
prison,
Jack
guys.
Dorsey and Mark Zuckerberg than you could ever imagine.
Yo,
So they start canceling out every
the
day,
evidence?
4 more retailers. And then they go, but anyway, that night, when I was using my Pillow's Twitter, I go, finally, he wouldn't take it down. I go, add Jack, we all know you were a part of this. We're looking forward to you going to prison. All the bots and trolls go, take him down, Jack. He finally did. I go, well, they're going to finally call me in the morning. All morning long. It starts with the New York Times. Mike, you lost your company Twitter account. Did you hear about the machines that are attacked by China? Did you hear about it? So at least the bad media would call me all day long, and they did.
Did you hear about it?
Every single day.
Did you hear about it?
To the week before, or 10 days
Hear about
before
China?
the crazy impeachment
China.
trials. And I'm sitting there and I'm going, you know what? I said this will be great if we can show the evidence, if they would show it at the impeachment trials. And then I realized they ain't going to show nothing. They're so crooked, they're not going to show anything. So I said, you know what?
There's nothing
I'm
to
telling
show
the media
anyway,
every
so.
day. I'm getting hooked off shows on TV. We won't name no names, but Newsmax, when I talk there, they hook me off. You can't.
Is it SpongeBob? I'm SpongeBob SquarePants, and I'm asexual.
I don't know. Remember last time I was on Fox, but they're suppressing it. So
Nice.
nobody's only the bad media is attacking me every day. And I would say to them, you got to realize, guys, I don't have a publicist. They all have my direct number. Just like the Daily Show, all these people that have my direct number, from the Washington Post, the New York Times. Jim Akowski's got my number. He called me the other day. Hadn't called me in 2 months. I go, Jim, you don't call, you don't write. He goes, Mike, you came out with absolutely 9-0. I go, Jim, did you watch it? No, but I will. I go, well, Donald Trump said that he might be back in August. Did you tell him that? I go, Jim, you missed it. Don't you watch the news? I've been saying it for 2 months. These guys,
Like,
these guys called me every day.
He wants to see what the My Pillow guy has to say, because he's run out of other resources. We got to get that. We got to pull him out. The reason they didn't talk to you for 2 months is because you were irrelevant for 2 months. Now you're saying this shit, and people are like, it's getting close. Uh-oh. Maybe we gotta actually, like, pay attention to this asshole for some reason.
Take away Mike's lost 10 more box stores, 2 shopping channels.
Yeah, because your product sucks and your CEO sucks.
February
Your CEO is
5th,
the worst, dude.
And we started to do absolute proof.
He's kind of a
We
fucking
started
nut job.
making that. We had to do it in 5 days.
Alright.
I wanted to do it before
Let's see.
the impeachment trials. All those senators and
Maybe
everyone else that
they
didn't believe
maybe
this
they are
election was
disgruntled
hacked to
employees
show
and
the
they
world
want
that
fair
it
wages
was.
but don't
So we started doing that,
but don't
and I
get
told
them
the
because
media,
this is
well, this morning,
fascistic
tonight,
regime.
every
Yeah.
day, as we're filming it, get it filmed,
The Midwest farmers suffered from Trump's tariffs and the subsequent loss of sales to China, and they know it. Yeah, they absolutely do know it. The farmers suffered horribly because when Trump put down those tariffs, instated those tariffs or whatever, the cost went onto the farmers, the American farmers. It didn't go on to China. It went onto the farmers, and then the U.S. government had to subsidize that. It didn't help anybody. It didn't help fucking anything. See, I wanted to vote Green Party, but I couldn't bring myself to vote for Howie Hawkins. That's good. That's good. I voted Libertarian because Joe Jorgensen is better comparison, in my opinion. Okay, I can dig that. I can dig that. That's a good reason.
Blocking it so you could not look up absolute proof.
When
to
done
watch
with this,
on my website.
What are we watching?
That I had had for 5 years.
What are we playing?
MichaelJLindell.com, my recovery
I will.
network.
I gotta take
and
a
when
shower,
I
but I
started
will.
buying my name, it started
Man,
out
now
it was,
I kind
it
of
was
wish.
a nickel.
Kind of wish
I mean, if
my
you
fellow
search
guy
Mike
was
Lindell, then it went
campaigning
up to
for
10 cents,
his
20
product
cents,
this hardly and not
50
Donald
cents,
Trump.
$1. I told my guy,
Yeah,
I said, I don't
he
care
might
if I
actually get
spend
some
$1 million.
sales. If he
People
put this
need
much
to see the
energy into
evidence.
actually making a good pillow,
And
he would have a better
Google
pillow company.
Took $20-some thousand of my money, and then they shut it off. I couldn't even buy my own name. They shut it down. Let me tell you something. What Twitter did, now they had already took my account down. All of a sudden, my friends are going, "Did you give up on the election?" I go, "What are you talking about?" They were retweeting stuff to make it look like I still had a Twitter and putting stuff up there that was okay with the election. I tried to take it down, and I get an email from Germany Twitter. It says it almost looks like something right out of a mafia movie. "This is Twitter from Germany. You have violated 607-406 of the Twitter code." Well, Jack, I know you're involved. I get it. Well, then that morning of the 5th,
that was a really weird Zoom.
all of a sudden,
What the fuck was
Wikipedia,
that?
one of the most evil things there is. Wikipedia takes over my thing and gets rid of that, so they put up all this.
Could they not get the guy to
narrative of who
zoom
I
out?
am.
Can they not get this
Or
guy
who
to
I'm
work
not.
his camera
The problem
properly
is,
so he had to
they
zoom
can't really
in
write
for
anything
him?
I haven't already told you.
I think that's what happened.
All right.
I
They
think
have a
whoever's
little
in
problem.
the
What are we
back
gonna
room
say
was just
bad
like, we
about
gotta
Mike
zoom
Lindell?
this shit in. We gotta actually
You know, he was an
make Mike
ex-cracker. Yeah, they
Lindell
already know
in
that.
the rule of thirds.
Idiots, you know.
Oh my
well,
God, dude.
but I'll tell you what didn't happen, everybody. Not one of the outlets called me. It went silent. Your Jim Acosta's, your CNN's, your Washington Post, your New York Times, even the Daily Beast, who I know, the
really
Business
want him to
Insider,
bust up that podium.
none of them called
Please
me.
break the podium or knock it
Zero.
over or something.
Now, 3 weeks went by, and it was crickets. All of you seen it. All of you watched the movie. 150 million people watched Absolute Proof in the first 5 days.
These people have been sitting outside in the sun for
And I
almost
want to
8
tell you then,
hours.
so I didn't hear from them. I
Listening to
would
the
email,
same
call them,
things
I'd
over
text
and
them.
over again.
None of them answered their phones. This is the bad
on the
media.
Colt
Don't
Howe,
even want to take my
right?
calls. You know you're getting canceled when they don't even take your call. You know, I'm going.
Yeah,
So then
you're fucking nuts,
dude. I actually went to.
Yeah,
that guy. I know
that
at the
crackhead's
Daily
calling
Beast,
us
a
again.
Very left-wing,
You might
crazy
want to
outfit.
ignore that one.
And I said, why
Send
don't
it
you
to
go tell
voicemail.
Dominion? I'm telling Dominion to sue me. Because I know if
I
they
mean,
did
heard of
sue
a
me, I
crackhead
can just
story
show the
before, and
evidence
this
to the
sounds like a
world.
crackhead
'Cause I'm
story.
not,
Oh,
you know,
yeah,
I
this
wanted to
entire
get it out
rally
there.
is a fucking
so
one
I'm going, Dominion,
giant
sue
crackhead
me,
story.
sue me. They don't sue. So he goes over to Dominion,
watching Super
Swin
Troopers.
from the Daily Beast. He says,
me,
are you
sue
going to
me.
sue Mike Lindell? And they go, yeah, we're going to
watch
sue
my
him.
streams,
And,
keep
and
monitors
Swin
and
comes
done
back
stuff.
and he goes,
Yeah.
I go, do your article. Tell them they're going to sue him. So he
go to
does this
Discord
big
here.
article.
See if I
Mike
can-
Lindell's getting sued by Dominion. Well,
Post it
2
on
days go
Discord.
by and he still hadn't sued me.
One
I
second.
called Swin back up. I go, Swin, I go, you better get over there and tell Dominion chop chop, or you're going to be known as fake news.
Uh-oh.
So Dominion comes out. Now get this. They finally get around to suing. Shame on them for not just suing me. They sued My Pillow. 2,500 employees. They own stock.
Yeah, put it there.
You know,
it's
just
check
disgusting what they
for
did,
sure.
including My
I
Pillow.
got a few
Shame
things to
on
do,
them
but I
for
need some
being part of one of the biggest crimes of humanity in history. But then they got to go
And,
after this company.
after this,
and
everybody
these
else also
employees.
go to
They have
Wolfpack
2,500. They
Spring.
have families.
Why not?
They got
Support,
all
support.
walks of life. And Dominion does that, and nobody.
And while you're
none of
hitting the Discord
cared
up there,
about
hit that like button too.
Because you know
we
what?
can get more people in here.
When
We can get more
Dominion
engagement.
came out with that,
Get
when they
more
came out
people
with that
making fun of
lawsuit,
this
when it
guy.
came
Get a
out
few more
headlines everywhere
perspectives
across
on
the
Mike
world,
Lindell, maybe.
I started getting the calls. Those guys that didn't call me, first call was the New York Times. Mike, Dominion suing you. I said, did you hear about the attack by China and the cyber attack? And then I said to him, did you watch Absolute Proof? You're a journalist here in the United States. Did you watch the evidence of what I had? No, I didn't see it, but Dominion's suing you. And I go, okay, here's the deal. I said, I made a short version for you. It's a half hour long.
That do impressions
You're
of
gonna
this
say her
guy
name
have
is
a hard
Kathy.
time
Kathy,
being absurd
you're
enough
gonna
to
go
parody.
watch that.
Yeah,
then
I
you're
couldn't.
Gonna call
I don't know
me
how
back.
you could
I'll tell
parody
you all
this.
you want you to hear.
Like,
all
this
your
is-
big old
This
stuff
in
about
itself
Dominion
is like
suing
parody
me.
of
But
a
if you
human
don't
being.
go watch
I
it,
don't even
lose my
know.
number. You can never call me again. You're never going to get a story. All your garbage you always print. And so she goes and watches it. Well, it was like herding cats that morning. Every single journalist that called me, everyone, none of them had bothered to watch the Absolute Proof. Just like the corrupt, rotten Daily Show today
All right,
that
yeah,
interviewed me right out
take
here.
care.
The
I'll
guy
be there,
didn't even
and,
watch Absolutely 9-0,
everybody,
and he's
when
coming to
we're done
this
with this,
event.
check out
It would have
Wolfpack
took him all of
Sanders.
26 minutes to watch it, so he knew what he was talking about.
Link in the Discord.
You know, and shame on him. You can all watch that tonight, whatever. I'm sure it's going to be just horrible, but that's what they do. That's part of the cancel culture. So anyway, all morning long, this goes on and on. Everyone, not one of them had watched it. Finally, the last one that
Nobody's gonna watch your absurd documentary, your loose change documentary. Yeah, anybody from the 9/11 era remember loose change? I watched that shit in health class because the teacher was lazy as fuck.
Did you watch Absolute
Mike.
Proof? Mike, no, I didn't. Dominion sued you. I go, Beth, you're going to go watch it just like everybody else had to today of all you bad journalists. And she goes, I said, it's short version. It's 26 minutes long. Well, she goes to watch it. I knew she would pull
Scientific
something.
proof.
So I timed her. She called me back 19 minutes later. I go, Beth, did you watch it? Oh, yeah, Dominion suing you. Tell us about it, Mike. I go, well, what's in it?
Yeah.
She said something stupid. I go, wrong answer. I said, no,
She said
you
something
get to go watch
stupid.
the
No,
hour
she
or the
probably
2-hour
was just
version.
like,
Which she did.
you said a bunch of dumb
What I wanna
shit
tell
that
you
doesn't make any
is
sense,
everyone
and
in
we
the
want to
Minnesota
know,
had to watch
like,
that.
what do you have to say
Now,
about Dominion
one of
suing
them
you over,
put in
you know,
a
stuff
thing in
like
their
what you
thing
did,
like
like you said in your
that the
documentary.
evidence was
That's what it's
false
about.
or anything like that. So then what we
So
did,
stupid.
we're going
These
to go
people are
make
so
another
dumb.
one
People
called
that are eating
Absolute
this up are
Interference.
so
What
dumb.
I did at that point,
I gotta
got
get a little bit
feedback
more
from
water.
there,
I will
and
be
with the
right
evidence
back.
we have, I said I'm going to go out and get white hat hackers, which work for the government. Some of them are retired from the government, but they're cyber experts to validate what I had, what these guys had brought me. So I did that. And then we were filming Absolute Interference. And when we bring guys in to film this, there's a Dr. Frank. Now, he had came in, I had heard about him. I had never met him. We go down to film, and he's got something. He's a physicist from Ohio, and he's got stuff from a whole different thing. You can all do it yourselves, which we're going to show his thing on TV, how you can just do it yourself, and you can see, you can prove it to yourself. So this is a whole different thing, but they match like a glove. We started talking. I go, oh, no, we got to make one show just about him. And it was called Scientific Proof. So we put that out there. All the media, they'd still calling me for the other stuff. I go, did you watch Scientific Proof? And anyway, then we filmed Absolute Interference, and that came out. You all know all that. Well, now here's where we are today. So everyone says, well, Mike, why don't you bring your evidence, you say, to the Supreme Court? Why don't you do that? Because you know what? the anomaly we're in, the timing's got to be perfect. That's why we came out with frankspeech.com. I said, I'm going to put all my money into a platform, so we got to get our voices out so we can tell everyone, I don't care who they are, to watch these things and get our voice back. So I put that up. I put up the frankspeech.com so we can get all the people that have lost their voices, that are getting suppressed, like Diamond and Silk. Dinesh, you got 3 million followers, and you put a thing on Suckerbuck's Facebook, and 300 people get to watch it. You're going, what, aren't people tuning in? By the way, Mark Zuckerberg yesterday they won't let me live stream on Facebook. They haven't for a long time. Yesterday, he gave it back, probably knowing I was going to do this. I went live here showing the country this, went live and said, hey, look what we're going to do tomorrow. 6 people got to see that. 6. Yeah. So what they're doing
nobody
now
wants
on
to hear
Facebook,
your
instead
ramblings.
of canceling you, or on Twitter, they just shadow ban. You're just not reaching out. They're doing it from behind the scenes. And this is the cancel culture we're in. All my friends, people that have podcasts that rely on their livings, it's not just our voices being gone, but people have lost their lives.
Here's the thing. You shouldn't have voted constantly and consistently for unregulated businesses, for a lack of business regulations. And just about every politician is guilty of that in some way. But when it comes to someone like especially Trump, he loves unregulated business until it comes to bite him in the ass. And that's exactly what's happening with all these tech companies. Is they all these conservatives and corporate Democrats and everything voted time and time again to deregulate all these corporations, and now it's coming back to bite them in the ass. The same thing could be applied to rainbow capitalism. Why the conservatives hate it so much? Too bad. That's the market. That's the market. That's the invisible hand of the market. Correcting itself. So. Yeah, be forewarned. You gotta understand what you're voting for, and you voted for the wrong fucking thing, and now it's getting at you.
To bully them like mafia, and to say you do this, and we're gonna sue you and all these things. So then in the 1800 they passed some law or whatever. I don't know the details, but Alan said it hadn't been used till now.
Yvonne help me. He's a historian.
When you got outlets like Fox and Newsmax, things that you would think they'd be able to talk about things like the election or the vaccine or anything, but they're getting threatened to be sued, so they're living in fear. All the places.
Yeah, because
if you're not kicked off of YouTube,
you're likely going to cut
now,
into the business of a multi-billion-dollar corporation.
What you used
so.
to talk about. Because the people
and you're undermining
put everybody
American
into fear
elections,
mode.
American democracy. So
the
don't
Dominion
do that.
has over 200 lawsuits or threats. Think about that. Of American people. Some of them were
what he means by
watchers,
threat, he means cease and
poll
desist
watchers
letter.
that wanted to say, here's what happened. And they're threatened to be sued. The other day, I was a friend of mine about a month ago. I was on his radio show, and he sent it out, the podcast part, to all his he emailed it out, 30,000 emails. Google took away his Gmails and his Google Maps. I want you to think about that. They took away his Google Maps.
Can we see proof?
He did it for 2 days. It was like a shot over the bow. Do you know how much power we have?
I want to say something, but I'll probably get censored by Google.
That's what it is. It's not just the biggest cover-up in history, but they're going after everything we have.
I just put in the general.
I'll tell you then.
Put in the general
So
in the Discord, and
now.
I'll read it out. If
About
it's,
a week
if
and
it's
a
too
half
racy,
ago,
it's fine.
I went out
I'll
my
censor
lawsuit.
it if I need to.
Mike Lindell suing
I mean, obviously, I'm not
going to
be like dropping N-bombs on my
and I
stream
wanted to
or
make a
anything
video,
like that, but
which
Google
was
has different
absolutely
censoring than I do.
9-0.
Mine's a lot more liberal.
So we stuck that evidence in there. We've been working on this for about a month. And by the way, I had all the white hat hackers came back, and I'll tell you about the video in a second. But we launched this lawsuit. We had to have a firm in Minneapolis to launch it. So we got this firm. They signed up.
Do you guys want to watch these Mike Lindell things at some point?
They were attacked by
watch his little documentaries.
The next day, the firm goes, "Oh, we're going to let the lawyer go. We didn't even know that he did that."
I think that would be really fun.
Give me a break. That's disgusting. That's cancel culture. They had to fire this lawyer, get rid of their lawyer, and lie and say they didn't know a thing about it. This is disgusting.
He's been talking for
what's
45
going on.
minutes.
But I'll tell you what they're afraid of. In this movie, absolutely 9-0, what we have in there, and it shows these guys I hired. I had investigators, millions of dollars.
I love
private
this shit.
investigators. They were
The
all
way
the
the
way
camera
from
is
overseas,
angle is
everywhere,
when his arm
investigating
moves,
who's
it looks like
behind
the
us,
dude's
everything
up
you can
front,
imagine.
just peeking
They
over.
said what we have from the night of the
That's
election,
awesome.
the day before and 2 days after. They're called
tell who that
packet
is.
captures. Everybody, if you're in the cyber
man.
world, that's like having, if you would have robbed a bank, you have the video, and if they shot someone, you have the blood DNA, and the cyber guy says you have a whole bucket of blood. Okay. These packet captures cannot be doctored. They can't be changed. If you have them, it's over. It's 100% evidence, and we have it for the whole election.
100% evidence? What does that mean? What does 100% evidence
And
mean?
I'm telling you that when I
Why
said
would you
a
bring
month
it
and a half
forward
ago,
to
when this
something?
gets to the Supreme Court, they're going to welcome it in, and it's going to be 9-0 because it can't be 8-1 or 5-4 because it isn't subjective. You watch this, it's either, hey, is this real or not? And the cyber guys say yes, it's real. You can't say, okay, I don't believe in blood DNA. It's better than blood DNA. It can't be altered in any shape or form. So it will be 9-0. And they're going to pull this election down and put our real president back where he should be in the White House.
Let me see. Let me read that one out.
And I'm going to tell you right now.
To answer your question,
these are things that I'm going to announce right now.
how many conservative cocks did Mike Lindell have to suck to get that Rocky always dreamed of?
America's Voice.
All of
Here's
them.
the plan, everybody. Because you know what? When we ran,
Put your guesses in the chat. How many dongs do you think Mike Lindell? How many people did he have to fillet to get where he is?
They know what PCAPs are, and they're going. You have the PCAPs from the election. Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
And here's what we're gonna do.
Did.
Here's
Hitler
what
was
we're
also
gonna
a
do.
crackhead
It's
or meth
called a
addict.
cyber.
Nothing obtained by illegal means can be entered as
I gotta
evidence.
get
Yeah,
this. Hold
it's
on,
true.
I don't know all these big words.
It's 100% true.
These are all the lawyer words because
well,
we're going to do a
Dickens,
quo
very good
warranto.
point.
I do remember that. A quo warranto is what we're going to bring to the Supreme Court. But we're going to do it's a
You
cyber
can't steal
forensics
somebody's
election
DNA to prove a murder.
symphorium.
They would be
And
dismissed.
what that is, we're going to invite
even if it would
cyber
match
guys. I'm
on
going to rent some
100%
huge
evidence.
place. I don't care if it's a stadium. We're going to bring cyber guys from all over the world, and we're going to invite them. They have to have the credentials. That the government trusts. There's a word, I don't have the word right now, but it's
vetted.
This word means you're the best at what you do. And they're going to all come in there. We're going to invite them all in. And we're going to bring out these CCAPs from the election. And we're going to nationally televise it. And they're going to go, and every one of them is going to
Imagine
see
being
what
this
happened on election
enthusiastic
night, and
about
every one of
nationally
them
televising
is gonna tell
your
the
own
other people I
embarrassment.
invited. Guess who I'm inviting? I'm going to invite senators, congressmen, governors, secretaries of states, attorney generals
You got too
from
much
all across
confidence,
our
dude.
great country, whether they're Democrats or Republicans. I would rather have the Democrats there because obviously they still think their party won. The party was just used by China. And but then they're going to go, the way that's going to go down is everyone's going to see this and they're going to go, wow. Now if everybody knows, because we've got Frank's speech, we've got these other great outlets, and you would hope that maybe even Fox would show up for that for that Cyber Day we're going to have. Wouldn't that be something if they showed up to actually film something?
Would you let them in there?
Instead of living in fear? They've already been sued by Smartmatic and Dominion. What, are you going to get sued twice? Give me a break.
Yeah,
It's
probably.
disgusting that
They
they're
could
not
sue them
here,
again.
that they're not following what really happened in our
What?
country.
You can
when
sue
find
people-
out
you can-
that
people can be
you
sued
find out where the
multiple
China
times.
virus really came from, you even have MSNBC going, back when Donald Trump was there and he said this came from there, we all said it was,
yes.
it wasn't true, it was a conspiracy, but I guess it's true. They admitted to it.
MSNBC,
People don't have short memories.
one more
And
bastion
when you
of,
talk about short memories, I'll tell you what, I'm from Minnesota.
solid reporting
All
and
of a sudden they lift
intellectualism.
restrictions. Not forget what these horrible, horrible politicians have done to our states. that's just another side story.
Except for the red states, like Florida, that's doing absolutely fucking horrible
with
right
this
now.
cyber evidence, then we're also going to do a massive, after we see this, it's going to be a massive petition for the Supreme Court when we bring it there to accept this, because we're all going to see this isn't subjective evidence. I've asked all my cyber white hat hackers. These are the same people that protect us from the one that just happened with the gas line, right? So all of these things,
They did a really shitty job doing that.
With the Supreme Court, with all the cyber people,
pipeline got
and
hacked,
everybody
and
convinced,
then,
all the politicians,
they had to
whether
pay
you're
$3 million
Democrat or
or
Republican,
something, like
now we're
$11
going to
million.
have this petition where
And then
where
those
millions
hackers
and
are actually going
millions
after meatpacking plants too, and hitting the food supply. It's
Well,
not
I
good.
want you all to see it first. I don't want you to sign a petition until you're 100% convinced and you see what we have. You know, you've all seen it in the movie, but now you're going to see the experts say, "Yep, that's not DNA. That's only DNA. You got a whole bucket." And here's what they all told me. Every guy I hired said, this kind of evidence is not subjective.
Hit that like button for
you can
huge
only
dumps
say
of DNA.
either you have it or you
Oh,
don't.
God.
So that it's a miracle, everybody, that we have these PCAPs or these PCAPs. This is a miracle. You know, that they even have. And they just asked me, the Rotten Daily Show, well, why would they bring this evidence to a pillow guy? Because I got a big mouth? I don't know. No. I mean, you know, and I'm not going to stop. And I told him, even if it was the other way around, if you got, with this evidence,
So
if it was the other way around, I would still be
nowadays
sounding
it's
the
better.
alarm,
It's not.
or our country's done forever with these machines. And you know what? But here would be the difference. If it was the other way around, and I was telling
he
the
has
world,
been jerking himself
the
off for a good
Democrats
45
go, well,
minutes.
China attacked us, bring it down, bring it down. It would have been done in 2 days.
And I think only a
you
know, at least former crackhead could stay up this long.
Televised
I don't know,
on World
maybe
TV, on national TV. Hopefully Fox will show up.
Maybe I just don't have the stamina.
Newsmax, maybe somebody would show up. You know,
so
we know the
basically
bad
nowadays,
media will show up and they'll
it's
try
not
to make
Democrat
it
or
something
Republican,
it's
it's
not.
China
We're gonna do a
bitch
mock
or
election.
Russia's bitch.
We're going to show
Yeah,
you how they
I
did
guess
it,
so.
everything, how they
Sort
did
of
it.
in some
and
way,
by the way,
but
we've had access to machines for months.
I
told
trust
you all that. Surprise
Joe
Dominion.
Biden to take on Russia and China far more than
And then
Trump.
I want to tell you this, because everybody,
Trump's
I
an
became
idiot.
like a hub of a wheel for information. This great group.
What did he have?
Because I'm going, what are we going to do? Because one of the things that has to come out of this is the machine's got to be gone
written on
forever.
like a magazine or something, or like a house
But
printout?
I'll tell you this: we've
real
got a
estate
plan.
printout?
These guys brought
That's
me a
weird.
plan, and I have looked at it, and it is 100%.
Oh,
the
maybe
most
it was like a
amazing
storyboard
voting
for
system
what he's supposed to
with
go
no
through.
machines. What a concept! And it can't be hacked. And it'll be one vote, one person, one vote, and you'll be able to even know where your vote went. What a concept. A fair election. Okay? So when I'm here today,
down to
and
get
I'm
rid of the
gonna wrap you
Electoral
and tell you
College.
this.
Republicans
they also
would never win
asked me
again.
this morning,
Be
a
sweet.
reporter from the Rolling Stone magazine said, or actually maybe it was the Daily Beast. They all
You
got
definitely
blended
have
together, all that media. But they
President
go,
Bernie Sanders.
and they said this.
Wasn't
They
no
go,
squat about
Mike,
how
they
courts
asked me
work.
some question on the phone,
There has to
and
be
I
a
said-
chain of custody
I
to
gave
prove
him the
that
answer.
isn't
Then he
a
tried to
conflict
twist
of words.
it
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
make this rally something about something else
I
other
mean,
than our voice of free speech.
you have to make
I
sure
said,
that
what kind of a reporter are you?
something
I
doesn't
go, "Are you guys
go
live
missing
in a, you know,
or get replaced.
I know.
by,
I realize your boss
or
wouldn't
get
let you
tampered
print
with.
anything good or anything that might have hope. And I said, let me tell you. And they said, ask me another question. Why don't you ask me how I see this country in 6 months? And he goes, I said, maybe you need the right question. So he said, Mike, how do you see this country in 6 months? I looked at him and I said, here's what I see. I see Donald Trump sitting in that White House as the greatest president in history. I see the machines gone forever. I see us all looking back, whether you're a Democrat or Republican. I see everybody coming together once again as one nation under God.
Well, you're
I
having
see
fucking
God coming back
delusions,
into
man.
our schools and maybe getting rid of the teachers' unions. You know,
Like just because the mushrooms
see
in
hope,
your fridge are
and that
fungus,
hope is
when they get
Jesus,
fuzzy
and I see us
themselves,
in
you
the
want to
biggest
toss them out.
revival in history. Thank you all. God bless America.
God damn. Fucking finally.
I want to thank every one of you for coming. You guys go to framespeech.com and keep sharing.
It did, but
and
I
sharing the truth.
can have
We're
them
going to have stuff in there for every one of you to do every single day till we get this election taken down. By the way, when this does get to the Supreme Court, they're going to go, come on, get it in here quick. And it will be 9-0.
Will it, though?
Guaranteed.
No.
God bless you.
What is this thing here? I want to know what that says. This sign, the rainbow sign. I can't see anything. Something about it. I see. The only word I can make out is doctor. All right, everybody, grab at least 2 chairs, and we'll get this place cleaned up pretty quick. All right. Thanks, everybody. I don't want to play copyrighted music. Well, that was absolutely embarrassing. There's our star of the show, the cameraman. So are they gonna do like some kind of interview over here with this guy running the fucking camera? Please, by all means, switch it over to this guy. I really, really want you to do it. Because he's the worst out of all of your shit. Yeah, you're there. Wait, let's see.
In Wisconsin with Diamond and Silk.
Ew.
Wow, what did you guys make of this day?
Oh my God, this was amazing.
Okay, this is actually pretty horrible, but I can't get on them too much simply because it's super bright. It'll probably be, considering they are black, they're dark skinned, it'll probably make them look super, super dark. And underexposed, and everything else would look a whole lot better and take focus away. So I guess he's doing okay right here. At least they're in focus. The background is way overexposed. I turn it down a little bit, man. You got to turn it down just a tad, because they're like, you're gonna have to deal with it. People have different skin tones, and that's just how you're gonna have to adjust your camera. But you can't have it like this. This guy's almost his skin is almost overexposed. Like, this is the this is golden. Thank you for having this guy do it, because he barely got away with yeah, zoom in a little bit more.
People come together. I don't care about your party affiliation. I don't care what you are.
Really?
I want us to come together as Americans, because at the end of the day, our freedom is what matters.
There you go. There's the exposure
you
need.
Thank you so much. It's so great to have you guys with us. Thank you. Now be careful walking down.
People.
Thank you. Let me tell you something, folks. Went on their motor coach that we got for them and visit with them, and what you see is what you get. They are the nicest, kindest, very gracious. We're so glad to have them with us.
Interesting, because the characters they played were Angry Black Woman and Hype Man, or Hype Lady.
All these buses lined up.
Putting people on school buses.
That's
Ouch,
how,
dude.
Organized Mike Lindell and the
Wow.
folks here at River's Edge.
Wow.
They did a great job organizing all of these buses, get them back to their cars.
Oh my God.
There's
Like,
even more
I
up
get
the
it.
street you can't see. So did a great job.
There's going to be a
now,
gigantic
my guess is,
traffic
yeah,
jam,
there
I
he is.
guarantee it.
Mike has gone down in the audience. He's going to stand there like he did in Mitchell.
Everybody here needs a good psych
will
eval.
sign
Everybody
every
that's
book.
here at this rally.
He will take every picture until the last person
Dude,
has gotten what they want.
they were sitting in the
2.5
sun.
hours
Hang on.
at
Let's
the
see.
Mitchell rally. So,
Let's see.
what a great
Why am I
day,
looking up
great
my
event.
phone when I
The
can look
turnout was
it up here?
absolutely amazing. President Donald Trump on the Jumbotron was excellent. We're very, very thankful that all the technology worked.
Oops.
This is where we're all kind of worn out now, because we've been running on adrenaline. The technology worked just amazing. So let me grab my
88.
son,
It's
Logan.
88
Logan, come
degrees
here.
right there.
No, you can come here
These
for a
people have
minute.
been sitting in the
All
sun
went really,
for.
really well, didn't it? It did. It went really good.
I don't know who this guy is.
And
They've been sitting in the sun since like 9-10 o'clock. Why is his head cut off? Just zoom out a little bit. They've been sitting in the sun for like since 9 or 10 o'clock. It's now Well, it's 5 o'clock here, so it's 4 p.m. for them, 4:15. They've been there for like almost 8 hours in 90-degree heat, and now they have to sit on school buses to be taken back to their cars. The school buses don't have any fucking AC. I have no idea how far. Oh yeah. Hey man, definitely go and learn some camera operations from those guys. Absolutely, you definitely want to do that. Everything's overexposed. Oh my god, this looks like shit. Dude, learn how to work your equipment.
We'll move up a little bit.
Zoom out before you move up. There you go. Oh my god, these people are fucking psychos. A lot of them look like just normal folks. Get your alpha male over here. Again, the
all right,
exposure,
I was just talking
man.
With the
aperture.
Lady that is taking all the pictures of those nice telephoto lens. She's with the Washington Post. So I'm guessing tomorrow, folks, you might want to check out the Washington Post website.
Oh, there's going to be so many butthurt comments on there.
Lenses.
I guarantee
it's crazy the media that was here. We had the Washington Post. There's
a black person of color. There's
Rolling
person
Stone.
of color.
He was on the motor coach doing a long interview with Rolling Stone.
Not a whole lot.
We had.
But whatever.
What was the Kenneth? What was that TV show that was over there interviewing him for so long?
The Brain.
That's
there we go.
Let's
see.
It's so liberal. Which one was it?
Let's see.
Can't remember either. I don't watch them either. So I don't know. The Daily Show. I think it was the.
Let's see what this sign says. In this house, we believe Bill Gates isn't a doctor. Hillary. Oh my God. Epstein didn't kill himself. That's awesome. Like, dude.
This guy right here is with Rolling Stone. So that's
making a mockery of the signs that are like, we believe that everybody's equal and nobody should be
watch the Washington Post,
taken
Rolling
down.
Stone.
Nobody thinks Bill Gates is a doctor. He's not a medical doctor anyway. Bill Gates just gives a lot of money for vaccine research, and he helped out a lot with COVID. He's not a great person or anything by any means. Border Wall Construction Co. Oh my God, that's so cringe, dude. T-shirt says Border Wall Construction Co. Oh my God, dude. I can't even imagine being anywhere near these people. I guarantee most of them are unvaccinated, so I'm probably gonna see some cases. I think this dude fucked up his audio. I'm not sure, because there's no audio coming in.
Oh, the girl you knew the night.
Yeah, I'm not playing copyright music. All right, that's enough of that. I got to take a shower and everything. I don't know. I probably won't be back on tonight. We'll see. It depends on if it gets a little bit cooler in here or not, and if anything happens. But other than that, I think I'm gonna deuce out. Everybody go ahead and go to the Discord and check out. Wait. I just had it up. Go to Discord and video suggestions. And Wolfpack Sanders is doing a stream right now, which is where I'm going to head over to. And go give him some love. Give him some thumbs up, some engagement. I'm trying to get back to that. Okay, get some love and some engagement, and get them views. Get some people in there. So I will see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Thank you for coming by, and I hope you had. I hope you can try and wrap your brain around some of that shit, because that was, the first part was pretty wild. The second part was just a stream of, I can't even imagine. I don't even know what. I have no idea what what that was. But yeah, everybody take care, and I can do better with my first gen camcorder. I want to come together with you as well, Diamond and Silk. Hey, to each his own, whatever. Yeah, anybody could do better. Wait, who's this guy? Oh, wait.
That was awesome. I was very impressed with what everybody had to say.
This is one of the guys that was like,
And
running the camera.
Crowd was great.
He was the guy that was walking
enthusiasm.
behind, I think like Diamond and Silk. Just weird.
Really fun to see him get going.
Why would you answer your phone?
Oh yeah.
You're doing an interview, a live interview, and you answered your phone.
The awesome day.
Bigger crowd than you thought?
What an
Bigger
asshole.
crowd than I thought, more enthusiastic than I thought, and every speaker was just had me on the edge of my
Why are you zooming in? You're cutting his head off. Oh my god,
great
dude.
points, too, so.
And
Maybe
they're
I
just as
shouldn't.
nice
I'm not gonna
behind the
sign off
scenes, aren't
just
they?
yet.
Yeah, everybody is very
You.
nice.
This is the
Yep,
worst
real
camera
people.
operator I've ever fucking
Thank
seen.
you, Joe. All right, that's my old youth pastor. All right, come on.
There you go. That's why it sucks.
I'm going to bring up.
Yeah, these people are from a church.
Hang on a second.
They're
I'll be
running
right back.
cameras
I gotta go
because
get my.
they're part of a church.
I'm gonna go get my math
That's
teacher.
why it's bad. I
my
knew
math
it.
teacher from 7th grade.
I
She's
fucking
here.
called
Hold
it.
on. I'll be right back.
Yeah, we don't need to see your math teacher. She's probably really dumb. Oh my god, dude. Oh, this guy is so bad. What is wrong with you people? What is wrong with this production? You guys have all of this amazing equipment and you suck at using it. Nothing is right. Zoom out. What am I even looking at? Come on. No, you don't need to do a pan. You don't need to do that. You need to zoom out so that you can get the entire thing in there. Oh yeah, just let that guy walk in front of the camera. It's cool, whatever. I mean, it's not your space or anything. You're not trying to get, you know, your shot. Obviously you aren't, because you fucking suck at it. Oh my. I'm getting a headache. These people are the absolute worst. I can't actually do this anymore. Everybody head over to Wolfpack Sanders, and I'll see you in a little bit. That sucks. You know, people are showing up. Unfortunately, I am signing off. You just showed up, but thank you for coming by, and I will see you on the next one. Nobody knows what the fuck they're doing is what is wrong. Yeah, exactly. No, I don't think anybody has actually truly run this equipment, and especially not for such a big production. There's no way. There's no way all these people aren't just volunteers. This lady needs to be as far away from school as possible. But that all being said, I appreciate everybody for coming by. Thank you so much. I will see you on the next stream. And whatever the fuck this was that we just watched, I'm gonna go shower it off. And I hope you guys do too. Go to Wolfpack Sanders stream in the Discord. If you're not in the Discord, it's pinned up at the